Hey everybody, it's Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and we're going to do a tour review, and we're going to talk about Fireforce. It's kind of the unsung hero of the split seconds line. There are some very questionable designs in that, I will say, but this one works. But before we go into it a little bit more, I will say that out of the split seconds lines of the series itself, the concept of getting two toys in one, two figures, is a really, really good idea. You can share with your brother if you so choose to do. I don't know why you would, but you could. And, it just kind of doubled up the fun, I guess, right? But it also made it harder to collect them because the clones, people discarded, believe it or not. You would get the clone figure and just kind of toss it to the side. So keep that in mind when you're recollecting these things, that the clones are going to be harder to find than the actual figure, if that makes any sense to you. Now, this one here, this is one of the ones I do have the box for. I believe this one is the European box because of the closed off rhino instead of the open shot rhino. Box is not as elaborate as some of the other ones in the past, but having the box for Fireforce is pretty hard to do. So if you can come across one, I'd pick it up. So let's start with Julio, and I've talked about the figure on my worst masks episode. Let's look at them without the masks, and we'll post them up there. So there we go. Julio and his clone, and with their mask, he's got this weird beret thing going on here, and the clone. And here's the Fireforce itself, I believe, anyway. So here it is here. Now, you might be wondering why I like this one so much, why I consider it like an unsung hero. Because it's simplistic in its design, that's part of it. But then when it transforms, it's such a detachment. Wasn't even supposed to be a joke, really. It was such a detachment from what you're looking at that you feel like you have two toys in one. So here it is here, and the process of detaching these things and transforming them, it was more of a manual process than anything else. Yeah, see, stuff's just kind of falling off here. So let me get this. All right, right back. Okay, that still works. Let me get this thing transformed. Hold on. All right, there we go. Okay, so you pull the sides up here. You pull the engine block down like that, and then the bottom comes out, and in terms of a motorcycle, and you get kind of like a hover jet type thing here. So let me get this thing reattached to itself. 1 second. Okay. This thing is touchy. Hey. Okay. All right. So you would have this here that would fly, and it would drop a bomb by pushing in the tail fin here. And then you would have this motorcycle part here and it would fire off this back part, which is what fired off in the beginning. I said pretty simplistic on the design, but because I have different, these are, that's why I consider it probably one of the best out of the line of the split seconds anyway. So if you can come across it, definitely pick it up. It is harder to find, and it's especially hard to find with these. You won't find these too often. So if you do come across them, definitely pick it up. You're going to be paying, I don't know, for a complete one with the figures and the bombs and in good shape, still working order, probably around 125, I would say, unless you can find it cheaper somehow. And that's out of the box. So mint in the box, they're hard to come by. You're probably looking at upwards of $350, $400, if not more. So if you're trying to get the whole set but don't have a lot of money up front, start small and avoid this. But if you're toward the end of your set and you're looking to add it, you don't have much of a choice, do you? So yeah, it's one of my favorites, to be honest, and I hope it's one of yours too, even if you haven't seen it in action too much yet. Keep in mind that some of the mechanisms are a little touchy, but they get the job done. There we go, back to normal. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Until next time, this is Bill from Matt-Trakker.com. I'll talk to you later.